Hello everyone and welcome to Agile Rank Mate. Today we'll be looking at the TALLENTEX examination. We'll be looking at the previous year question of grade 10 TALLENTEX. Let's begin with the mental ability question. 3 ladies and 4 men are a group of friends. R, M, T, S, L, W, and Z. Each one has a different profession, that is, lawyer, travel agent, air hostess, doctor, professor, consultant, and jeweler. And each one owns a different car, that is, Alto, Corolla, Santro, Lancer, Icon, Scorpio, and Esteem. Not necessarily in that order. None of the ladies is a consultant or a lawyer. T is an air hostess and she owns an Icon car. R owns a Scorpio. M is not a doctor. L is a jeweler and he owns a Corolla. W is a lawyer and does not own Alto. Z is a consultant and owns Santro. The doctor owns a steam car, whereas the professor owns Scorpio. The travel agent owns an Alto. None of the ladies own a Scorpio. What car does S own? Now for this we need to create a table. And first will be the name, that is the letter by which they are represented. And then their gender, male, female. And next one we have their profession. And then last we have their car brand. Now at the beginning of the question we're giving there are 3 ladies and 4 men. So let's see F, 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 and M, 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 and M. Now, if we look at the question, we need some statements which can be completely filled without any other possibilities. For example, here we have T is an air hostess and she owns an Icon car. Here we get T, she, which indicates it's a female, and air hostess gives the profession and Icon car gives the whole car. So that fills one complete row. So T, air hostess, and Icon car. Now similarly we have L is a jeweler and he owns Corolla. L, male, jeweler, Corolla. So L, male, jeweler, Corolla. Now next we have that the professor owns a Scorpio. However, we don't know the gender of the professor to put it in any of the columns. However, we have that none of the ladies own a Scorpio. So this means that the professor must be a male. So in one of the males we write professor as given that the professor owns a Scorpio. Okay. Now we have none of the ladies is a consultant or a lawyer. Okay. And then we have Z is a consultant. Since none of the ladies is a consultant, Z cannot be a lady. Z cannot be a female. So Z must be male, is a consultant, and owns Santro. That completes another row. So Z, consultant, and we have Santro. Now, we have that R owns a Scorpio and Professor owns a Scorpio. If we were looking at the previous statement, we looked at both of these statements, but we forgot to look at the statement. R owns a Scorpio. This statement gives who owns the Scorpio, who is the professor, and so here we have R. Now we have here we have that none of the ladies is a consultant or a lawyer. Now if we look at the table, we have only one spot for a male, and that must be the lawyer, because lawyer cannot come over here and neither over here. That means the lawyer must be male. Next, W is a lawyer and does not own an auto. So this, we get W for this. So if we look at the other two letters, we have S, T, L, M. Yes, M. And so S and M are both females. Now we're given that M is not a doctor. So if doctor cannot come over here, then doctor must come over here. So S is a doctor. And here in statement we're given that doctor owns the esteem car. So S, female, is a doctor and thus will own the esteem car. Now we do not need to fill the other two, but we can if we needed to. However, the question is, what car does S own? We got it. S owns an esteem car. So we don't need to solve the question any further. So option 4, esteem, is the correct answer for this question. Next question on physics. Study the two setups shown below. Each circuit uses 3 batteries and a bulb. The type of batteries and bulbs used for the two circuits are the same. When the switches are closed for both setups, which bulb will be brighter? Bulb A, bulb B, both will glow equally bright, or insufficient data. And so we have 3 bulbs which are similar. That means they will have the same watt and volt values. And so all of those are similar. And we have that the battery is also similar. So they will have the same voltage. Now if we look at setup A is a parallel setup. Because here the current splits and then comes back to another point. This we can clearly see is a parallel setup. Whereas if we look at setup B, it is a series setup, as the one end of the first resistor or bulb in this case is connected to the other end, to the end of the other bulb. So these bulbs are in series. Now we need to know which bulb will be brighter. Now we know that in parallel I is distributed, that is the current is distributed, and since all of them are same, the current will be distributed equally. And we have also derived from this that the V will remain the same. Not derived, but we know that the V will remain the same. This is because the potential difference for this would be from here to here, same for this bulb and this bulb. And so V will remain same. The voltage provided to each bulb will remain same. Whereas in series, we know that voltage will get distributed, whereas I will remain same, because current has only one path to go through. It will not get distributed. Now we are asked which bulb will be brighter. We know that a bulb will glow brighter if it receives a higher voltage. Now if it's setup B, the voltage is getting divided equally among the 3 bulbs. So the voltage received by one bulb would be V by 3. However, in setup A, the voltage received by one bulb will be V, because the voltage remains same in parallel. So, since V is bigger than V by 3, this bulb in the parallel series will glow brighter than the bulb in the series. And so bulb A would be the correct answer. In here, bulb A represents setup A, the bulb of setup A. Next question on chemistry. Complete the following table, where A is mass number, Z is atomic number, N is the number of neutron in two different forms of uranium. So these are two different forms of uranium, and from this we need to arrive at one of these conclusions. So let's fill in the table as the question says. Now we know that 92 is similar, so this means that this is the atomic number of uranium. So 92 would be Z. Now atomic A, which is the mass number, represents the mass of the atom, one atom, which is 235, which is the sum of the mass of the number of the protons and the number of neutrons. And so here will be 235 and here will be 238. Now, we know that A is equal to number of protons plus number of neutrons. And we know that the number of protons in an atom is always equal to its atomic number. So if we consider the first case, 235 would be equal to 92 plus number of neutrons, that will be X. Then X will be 235 minus 92, which is equal to 43. This means there are 43 neutrons in the first given uranium. In the next one, so we have 238 is equal to 92 plus, let the number of neutrons in here will be Y. So Y is equal to 238 minus 92, which will be equal to 46 neutrons. So N for the first one will be 43, and N for the second one would be 46. Now let's look at the options. The fourth one says Z is different and A is same and N is different. This is completely wrong, except for this part. So Z is same as we saw, A is also different as we saw. So option 4 is definitely incorrect. Option 3 says A is same and N is different. In this case, A is same is the incorrect statement, because as we can clearly see, A in the first case is 235 and A in the second case is 238, which is definitely not same. So third one is incorrect. Second one says both Z and N are same. Now Z is same, but N is not same, as we have just seen. So option 2 is also incorrect. So option 1 is the correct answer. It says Z is same and N is different. Z, which represents the atomic number, will be same, and N, which is the number of neutrons, will be changing for different isotopes of the elements, such as uranium. In here, if the atomic number is more, then the number of neutrons will be more, if we consider the same atom. That is, if we take uranium, if the atomic, not the atomic number, the mass number is more, then the number of neutrons will be more. Now, next question on biology. Jacqueline placed a plant with white flowers into a beaker of red-colored water. A few hours later, she observed that the flowers and leaves of the plant had turned slightly red. When she cut the stem of the plant, she found that some tubes within it were red. What does this experiment show? So we have 4 conclusions, and we need to find which of them is correct. Now, this here we can see that Jacqueline placed a plant with white flowers, so the initial color of the flowers were white, in a beaker of red-colored water, as has been mentioned in the figure. And then she observed that the flowers and leaves had turned red. Now, if you look at the first option, it says that water is transported to the flower only. However, this will be incorrect, because as you can see, not only the flower, but the leaves also turned red. And the other statement says that the stem also turned red. The tubes of the stem also turned red. So first one is incorrect. Now the second one says that plant is a living thing and therefore needs water to live. Now this is a correct statement, but this is not the conclusion that this experiment shows. Because in order to derive this statement, we need two setups. One in which water is not provided to the plant and one in which water is provided to the plant. This is not that experiment, so option 2 is incorrect. Option 3 says the plant is growing, so the leaves and flowers change colors. However, we can see the time span between her first observation and the second observation is just a few hours. It is impossible that a plant will change colors so suddenly in just a few hours. And so, option 3 is incorrect. This is because the flowers changing colors here is it changed to red, and this should be associated with given red colored water, which is not done in the third option. The fourth option is correct. Water is carried from the roots to all parts of the plant through the stem. This is proved because that the red colored water indicates that the red color in the stem, the tubes of the stem indicates that the red colored water had reached the stem, and the red color of the leaves and the flowers indicate that the red colored water had reached both of them. So option 4 is the correct answer for this question. Now, last question on mathematics. The vertices of a right angle triangle are on a circle of radius r, and the sides of the triangle are tangent to another circle of radius small r. If the length of the sides about the right angle are 16 and 30, determine the value of capital R plus small r. Now for this, we need to draw the figure, understand the figure. So we have a circle and a right angle triangle is, say, vertices are embedded on the circumference of the circle. So this is the right angle. And we're given that the sides of the triangle are tangent to another circle of radius r. This means that another circle is drawn inside the triangle. In here we can see that this side is a tangent, this side is a tangent, and this side is also a tangent. Tangent means the line which meets the circle at only one point. And let me just draw it a bit more clear. So here, this is the circle and this is the right angle. Now we're given that the length of the sides about the right angle are 16 and 30. So let this be 16 and this be 30 because this is the sides near to the right angle, that is about the right angle. Now, from this we need to determine the value of r, that is capital R, plus small r. Now, with Pythagoras theorem, we can find this side. Let's apply it. Let's name the triangle ABC. And so AC squared is equal to AB squared plus BC squared. So AC would be equal to root of BC squared plus AB squared, which is equal to the root of 16 squared plus 30 squared, which is the root of 100, 16, 36, and 6, 256 plus 900, which is the square root of 900 plus 256, that is 1156. Root 1156. Now this root of 1156 will get as equal to 34. So AC is equal to 34. Now you will be wondering, how is this related to the radius of the circle. Now, as you can see, that AC is the chord of the circle, and it forms a right angle at uh, one of the sides of the circle. And we know that in order to obtain a right angle on one side of the triangle, AC must be the diameter. So in this case, we can say that AC is the diameter. So 34 would be 2 times capital R. So R would be 34 divided by 2, which is equal to 17. So capital R we got as 17. Now we need small r. So let's consider this as R. We know that this would be R. This would be R, and this would be R, because these are tangents to the circle. AC, BC, and AB are tangents to the circle. Now we need to find R. Now we know that by the theorem that this R would be perpendicular to the sides, to the tangent. So here we can say that R is perpendicular to AB, R over here, this R is perpendicular to AC, and this R is perpendicular to 16. I mean BC. So we can also say that if this middle point is considered as O, then R is the height of the triangle ABO. Similarly, R is the height of the triangle AOC. R is the height of the triangle BOC because it forms the perpendicular. And so, if we consider the angle, not the angle, but the area of the three triangles, if we find the area of this triangle, area of this triangle, and area of this triangle, that is AOB, AOC, and BOC, then the sum of these areas would be equal to the area of ABC. Now, this is simple. We can apply half into B into C because it's a right angle triangle. And also we're given the height of those which are not right angle. So half into, in ABC would be half into 30 into 16, which would be 240 units squared, that is, as we're not given any units. And so the whole area would be 240. Now applying the formula in ABO, that is half times R times 30, R is the height, 30 is the side, plus half times R times 34 inside AC, plus half times R times 16. And so from this we get that half times R, that is R by 2, into 30 plus 34 plus 16 is equal to 240. We take 2 to the other side and simplify the bracket. We will get 30, 34, 16, 80. We'll get, actually we don't need to take 2 to the other side, as we'll cancel out in this side itself. 2 is equal to 240. 2 and 80, we'll get 40 over here. 40R is 240, so R is 240 by 40, which is equal to 6. 6 times 40 will be 240. And so we get capital R as 17 and small r as 6. We need to find the sum of these. So 17 plus 6, which would be equal to 23. So option 4, 23 is the correct answer for this question. And that is the end of this episode of TALLENTEX. We hope you found it informative. For more of such videos, please do not forget to subscribe to our channel, Agile Rank Mate. Until the next episode, take care, stay safe, bye bye for now.